everyone, welcome to Moving Parts segment. This is Moving Parts 2. If you missed Moving Parts 1, let me tell you what it's all about, and I have a sample. Let's change the camera view. So here it is, guys. This is Moving Parts 1. This project is already completed. We used the Ladies Who Lunch paper collection for this particular segment of Moving Parts. The two parts of this project is that we first create a reference book and then we create the actual project, all right? And the reason for that is because the whole concept behind Moving Parts is taking a scrapbook layout that is flat, right? There are no moving parts in a scrapbook layout, right? We create the layout using various pattern papers to create this fun geometric look on our base page or on our cardstock, right? 12 by 12 piece of cardstock to highlight our memory, which is that either one 4 by 6 photo or various photos, right? Depending on how the layout is structured. So let me get this out of the way because it's distracting, guys. It is distracting. So here is my interpretation of a layout, right? They're usually flat. There are no moving parts. They don't open, nothing, right? So what we're doing with moving parts is taking a layout and deconstructing it. We are unpacking this layout to create various moving parts. All right, so this is the first layout in Moving Parts 1. See that? Then we have this opening. Then we have a pocket here, and that's it. So we've got an opening here. This, what would be a single 4 by 6 photo, now is a 1, 2, 3, 4 photos. This, which would be a single layer, typically in a layout, is now this opportunity for various photos, interaction with a pocket. This opens up, which would be, perhaps this could be like a title in a layout, right? Down here, it's normally a title. Now is this pocket with flaps for photos. This layer in the back would typically do nothing. It is a pocket. So this is what Moving Parts is about. So this is the first part of it. I use different colored cardstock to show or highlight the various layers, right? Now, the second part of Moving Parts is when we actually create the layout. All right, and here is the layout. Let me show you in all its glory. This is the Moving Parts layout that you just looked at, right? Of course, I use a bunch of interactive elements from the paper collection. This paper collection is Ladies Who Lunch, right? So let me kind of take everything out here so you can kind of sort of see, right? So I have a closure here, right, to keep all of these flaps nice and tidy. Here is, so let me open it right here. And let me take this out. So here is that 4 by 6 photo. Here's a pocket card, right? This opened up. Remember this? Remember that pocket? We just took all of that out of there. And then look at this, how gorgeous. Remember that side pocket? There it is. Here, I didn't glue the entire thing down to create another insertion point here. So this allows us for even more photos, right? So I put this accordion in here. See that? For photos right here. Look at how fabulous this is. What would typically be a layout for, in this case, a 4 by 6 photo with all of these layers, right? Right here. Which there's nothing wrong with this, right? But a fun way to kind of turn a layout on its head, right? For mini albums. I love it. Then we have this fun interactive element here. Then this is the closure for these two little flaps that you see right here. And then of course, you know, I couldn't help myself. I added a bunch of other fun little things here. I added this closure to keep this flap in place. Why? Because with a layout, you normally put this in a sleeve, right? And these layers are glued together. They don't move around. There are no moving parts. So in this case, when we turn our page to see the next layout, we don't want our flaps flipping and flapping in the wind, right? We want it nice and tidy, everything to be in its place and set. So when we turn the page, nothing is doing sorts of crazy things. So we get 10 layouts with moving parts, 1. So if you love it, this is 1. Now we are on to 2. There's 10 layouts in here. You have the reference album as well, all 10 layouts here. Now moving parts 2, same concept, brand new layouts, except that we are going to use acetate. We love acetate. So here is your reference layout. Here it is, all in black cardstock. This is what we're going to use for our finished mini album. Okay, so this is the first one. It's in your project folder, guys. If you already picked up moving parts 2, this is in your project folder. Your cutting guide is in there, all done. Now, what paper collection are we going to use? Let me show you. All right, so I am going to use I'm going to do a boy album. I'm going to use Dude Life. Okay, this is in my shop. You can get this in my shop. It is a fantastic paper collection. Let me open it up, just show you a few sheets. Just a few sheets right here. This one is my pad. Look at this, how gorgeous. However, for those of you who want to do the girl version, you can use She Sparkles. You will be able to use She Sparkles in place of Dude's Life if you want to use the girl collection, because the paper, the style of the paper, they're structured the same, except that the colors are different, right? So here's She Sparkles. All right, so let's say if I use this one for layout number 1, you can pick one that has a similar feel with the design on the left, on the right, or the design on the left, right? So you have various papers that you can use to replace whatever I use for a Dude's Life. You can use She Sparkles. All right, so you can go either way. I also have, in this same structure of design, I also have a dog, which is Dog Lover, and I have a cat collection, Cat Lover. So all of these will be interchangeable, so you can pick whichever one of these collections if the boy version does not speak to you guys, right? So it's gorgeous. Now, I want you to remember that my collections come complete with embellishments. So all of the embellishments that I use are in the paper collection. It also comes with your pocket cards. So when I use pocket cards, it's in the paper collection. So you can get this paper collection 2 ways. You could get it digital, where you print all of your papers out, or you can get the hard copy. All right, so I have hard copy and digital available for you both. All right, so get your paper pack. You're going to need 3 paper packs for this project. Remember, we're doing 10 layouts. So you're going to need at least 3 paper packs, because that's what I used for the first moving parts. We did 3 packs of Ladies Who Lunch. So 3 paper packs, whether you want to do Dude's Life, She Sparkles, Dog Lover, Cat Lover, or whatever paper collection you want. For the base pages, I'm doing 80-pound black cardstock, my brand of cardstock. It's Maker Basics, my brand of acetate. It's in my shop. And the papers, I have stock now, but it'll probably sell out pretty quickly, but no worries, you can still order. So just look at the shop description and make sure you see when things will be shipping to you approximately, all right? Depending on when you order your stuff, if it becomes out of stock or not, all right? And for your reference pages, I cannot stress this enough, to use the scrap cardstock you have in your craft room. I know that you have to have some colors of cardstock that have been in your craft room for years that you are probably never going to touch. Those are the colors you're going to use. All right, you want to use a different color for each layer. For moving parts 1, I wanted to be fancy, and I started off with gray, white, craft, and black. Then I quickly started running out of gray. I'm like, I am not going to buy more gray cardstock to finish my book, right? I'm just not going to do it, because I have all sorts of colors that have been in my drawers forever that I never use. So I started using the colors that were in my drawer. This is what I would love for you guys to do for moving parts 2. Okay. Also, I am considering, I'm not sure, not using the acetate for my reference book. We can write replace with acetate, perhaps. I'm not sure. I haven't decided that. I thought I wasn't going to use acetate for my reference in this first layout, and I had to in order to see the whole thing, right? So, but I'm considering it because I feel acetate is so precious to me. I don't want to waste it. So I'm not sure if we're going to do acetate in the reference book or not, right? But you can choose to just put a post-it note and say replace with acetate, right? So, and we'll talk about that in the project folder when I upload a layout. All right. If you have any questions, guys, feel free to leave the questions down below in the comments section. I always encourage you to like my video and subscribe. It really helps us both out. It helps with my channel out, and it helps for YouTube to suggest content to you guys on, what you're interested in. So it will help those algorithms funnel videos to you, and it will help funnel my videos to others. So please like, subscribe, leave a comment with any questions. I love to read your comments, guys. So this is going to be another fantastic project. If you already picked up moving parts, check out your project folder. This is in there, your very first layout. All of the matting videos will be posted right here to YouTube. So look out for those. And I will link you down below to moving parts 1 and 2, just in case you want to pick them up both if you haven't. You're gonna love it. I love to keep it fresh for you all. A fun way to create mini albums and just give you dynamic and different pages. So I hope you love it. Give me your thoughts down below. Let me know what you're thinking about this project and if you're gonna make it with me or not. This is Kathy with Paper Phenomenon, and until next time.